Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. We're doing our update regarding Holo, and if I just count how many days it's been on the market, or not on the market, since the reverse stock split. Let's just examine this and count the days, because I think it's been... Actually, I don't really know how many days it's been. So we have the 10th, or the 9th of October is day 1. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. So we're on day 18. Monday will be day 19. So we're closing in on 20 days. And recently, well, on Friday anyway, it closed out at 318. It was up 69 cents, which is an increase of 27%, which is a little disingenuous because if you look at the last month, it's really been on a downward trajectory from a high of $8.20 on the day of the reverse split all the way down to $2, okay, to $2.40 to be exact with the low. So we've seen better days, but of note, the volume was just immense. It was 10 times the average. So if anything's going to move the stock, it's going to be the volume. And just looking into a bit of the Chinese government and Chinese businesses, although there is a big caveat in terms of investing in Chinese pump and dumps, we can have a little bit of confidence, just a modicum of confidence in the fact that the Chinese economy is not as unstable as other countries' economies. So it's one of the strongest in the world besides the American economy. So we can sort of take refuge in that. We'll see how that plays out in the next 3 months, because we don't really know when this is going to spike. I can't really set a date. I can only give you estimates, but who knows when this is going to spike. I'm just in this until I can get my money back, basically, because I don't know if it's going to spike. I feel like it will, but God only knows if and when that will happen. Based on the chart, yeah, it looks like there's nothing there right now, but once the chart refreshes, in any case, about the 3 spikes, you need to see that over and over. Going to look at Bitcoin, which actually went over the $100,000 in Canadian anyway. It was over 100,000, 102,000 Canadian to be exact, not too long ago. So that's looking like the new level of resistance for Bitcoin. I don't know how many days ago that was. My charts are not working right now for some reason. They're not loading. So that's all for Bitcoin. The DJT stock was up as high as I think $50 in the last week or two ago. Oh, there it is. It was up at 49.50 on the 29th of October, and then since it's really tanked. But we'll see what happens with the election, and that's really going to be an interesting one to watch in the next couple days. Actually, tomorrow, the 5th and 6th. QuantumScape, really getting close to my level of support. If you want to buy this stock, it's most likely going to be at $5, so it's getting to $5 and below. And this can certainly squeeze right back up to at least, I want to say $10. $9, $10. Maybe 8 just to be safe, but this one is looking promising. We'll see how that pans out. Looking at Rich Tech Robotics, I wanted to see if this hit 50 cents because that is my entry point for Rich Tech. It's looking like it has not hit 50 cents since August, but it was as high as $1, actually $2 to be exact, on August the 26th. So that's another interesting stock to look at, and we've been tracking that for a long time. Reddit is really a big surprise to me. I didn't think it would go this high. From just floating around in the $40, $50, just had trouble breaking 70, and then all of a sudden, in the past couple of days, it exploded to $120. So that is practically doubled overnight, literally. So that is a very interesting stock to track. It's looking like the next Facebook. That's how I feel about that anyway. So let's look at Reddit. Coming up next, the Holo subreddit. Okay, so we are here at the Holo Short Squeeze subreddit, and one of the news pieces that has been posted here is Mangyun Holographic Website, a subsidiary of Holo, mentions Lenovo and Huawei as their business partner. I don't know how bullish we should be about this. I remember covering metamaterials and all these supposed dealings with Samsung and etc., blah blah blah. We really don't know just how much weight we should put on this. Again, I'm not really putting my trust in Holo as a business, more as a putting my, not really trust, and my confidence in it as a pump and dump, as a short squeeze kind of scheme. I don't want to say scheme, but I just said it. As a short squeeze play, that's a better word. Mangyun hologram will rely on the world's advanced holographic projection light field display and cloud platform, blah blah blah. They could, again, it could be time travel. They could bioengineer dinosaurs into reality. I really don't know or care. They can do invisibility cloaking, whatever. Mangyun Holographic buys VR startup. This company is also listed on MIT Library Portal. Okay, that's kind of more interesting now. It invests in VR startup DFTune, enters the meta universe. I don't know. I'm tired of I'm tired of this stock. I'm just can't wait to cash out and just get out of this thing. Is this the announcement we've been waiting for? What is that? Okay, we gotta click this link. Hope there's not a virus attached to it. This is great news. We need Holo to come out and say it themselves. I really hope so. It kind of explains where all the money goes and what the investors are getting the notes for. This company has Lenovo and Huawei displayed on their website. Why isn't any of this mentioned before? I mean, yeah, it's better than nothing. But this stock doesn't go up on news. It goes up on no news. So this is from INF News. Again, we just look at this. VR, I mean, how realistic is VR and AR right now? It seems to be just shoved in the back because AI is all the rage. AI and crypto, and VR, as well as AR, augmented reality, is not as big, although Apple has their own VR set, but I don't know, it doesn't seem to be very accessible in terms of price point. This post is talking about 867% above the average 10-day volume. Average, okay. Okay, I'm not sure how to make sense of that. I'll just read the comments, see what they say. It is 1.4 times the total issued shares were traded on November the 1st, which is T plus 19 days since the reverse split, which will likely see fail to delivers on Monday the 4th. That's a really interesting post. Fintel reports 20 million shares are short on 1st of November, which is pretty much the entirety of the float. Interesting. That is actually a really interesting post. So I'd like to upvote this, but I'm not logged in, so we'll see if this comes true. Will there be fail to delivers tomorrow? We'll see. I don't like the CNPA thing. I don't like that news that we reported on last time. The stock has dropped. We're only up not even $1, sure. I mean, we'll see. We have to just hang in there and be patient. Grandmaster Obi, who's this? Alerted his followers to VSTE at $2.22 per share in just a few hours. The stock skyrocketed to a high of $8, netting traders who followed his call a staggering 260% return. This kind of rapid, high percentage gain has become a hallmark of Obi's alerts. Okay. With his uncanny ability to spot potential big moves before they happen, consistently putting him in a league of his own. Okay, so what is he saying? Everyone, ATHA entry, 53%. Alright, but he didn't mention Holo. I don't get it. Yeah, there's no mention of Holo. Okay, so that was a waste of time. RSI don't lie. I've been trying to tell you how oversold it is. I don't know if that's really anything to think on. What do you guys think? This little spike is the start of the squeeze or nothing? It's good news because it's up, obviously, but we'll see if it can build on Friday. If it just goes right back down, then it's disheartening, but we just have to be patient. I'm gonna say it's gonna take maybe 90 days or less. So if it goes more than 90 days, it's gonna be a very hard 90 days for a lot of us, but I'm just a bag holder at this point. When everyone is bankrupt, I don't know. We'll see. I mean, it's hard to wait. I remember AMC, GameStop days, but eventually it popped. It happened. One thing I have to remind people of is just how fast things can change. So I know it is a downer in a lot of ways, although Friday we ended plus 27%, so that is good news. We have to remember that. That's good news. It's not a bad thing for it to be up, even though it's been going down. This could signal a change, a change for the better, like the tide is shifting perhaps. So look at this, okay, look at what time it went up to. It was right at the beginning of the trading session, and it stayed relatively stable. It didn't dive right back down, so that is a good sign as well. Is this establishing a new support level at 280? Perhaps. So one thing I wanted to remind people of in regards to Holo is how fast things can change. If we look at September the 18th, it was down to $4. And then we look right before the reverse split, it was at 526. And then look at the volume come in. The 10th, I should say October the 1st, 938. And then here, the volume was 38 million. It's really the volume that is going to drive the stock up. October the 8th, it was at $5, and then the following day, it practically doubled. So yes, this thing can change very quickly in a matter of minutes. So I know I did say at one point, once the first spike appears, we'll have a week. That's just an educated guess. We really don't know whether there's going to be a double spike, as in the previous 3 spikes. That is a gamble. Everything's a gamble, but that is also a gamble as well. It's an educated guess, but we will see how that pans out. I still hold to what I said, but we'll see. We'll see how that works out. But I'm still hopeful that we will see a spike, and I think this might end up at around here, around $14 for that. The real squeeze might end up at $14. If you look at the last year, okay, it's not giving me the 6-month chart for some reason. But if you go back a little bit, if it will allow me to scroll a little bit here. No, it won't. Okay. In any case, yeah, I really think $14 will be the first spike. And I said in a previous video that probably the ceiling is looking like 40, but time will tell. I'm really thinking. I feel very strongly this will go to at least $14. So hopefully it gets to that point, and a lot of us can cash out and just get our money back, and not invest in these kinds of unwise investments. So that's all for this video. I'm sorry it's not the most positive video, but I'm just presenting reality. I don't want to give people a false reality or be delusional. Just want to present to you reality, and sadly this is the reality right now, but it looks like we might be seeing a shift in the way the stock is going, but we will see at the close of the trading session later today if in fact we will see a lot of fail to delivers, as one poster had expressed. One of the good news I can say about this is October the 9th, right? It is now November the 4th. It hasn't really been a month yet from the calendar date. So, we still need to be patient. If you remember, it took 6 months from the first pump and dump, or first short squeeze, and then another 6 months, and then another 6 months. So perhaps the timeline has shifted dramatically, so it's not going to be as predictable as it was before, because people are thinking, okay, it's going to be August because August is exactly 6 months from then. But what occurred recently, well, we know that's the reverse split, which was the 9th. Could we be looking at another 6-month delta? Are we looking at April, May? Is this the new, 6-month period from this point? We'll see. Might have to be 6 months. Hopefully not, but if it is, then that's going to be a really hard time. It's a long time. 6 months from October. So could it be April or May 2025? We'll see. That's all I have for you today. Thanks for your time. Till next video, God bless you all, and God bless your investments.